everybody. Welcome back to Warrior Goddess Tarot. Thank you so much. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy full moon in Libra again. This is the second full moon in Libra. Well, if you notice, I haven't been on here in a while, and I'm sorry for that. But with all the shit that's going on, okay, let's see. The last 2 weeks since the new moon in Aries, we probably been stepping into where you just don't want to interact with people, or solitude, or because you're integrating so much. But last week, like Wednesday, by the way, if you have insomnia, don't worry about it, because that is your light body trying to function. So if you're not sleeping and you're still full of energy and life and all that, that's okay. Don't worry, because sleep is... But what I'm finding out now, besides this, is like the 3D, if you look at 3D, it's of karma. And then 4D is like, your hell. But 5D, once you go from your ego to your heart, then you can live that way. Now, do you fall back every now and then? Yes. But right now, you got to have boundaries of where you're going to go. What you see, how you observe, what you're interacting with. As you grow into this new person that you are becoming, your soul is, your light body is coming into play. And it takes time for each one of these to integrate into who you are. You could be doing all the right things, but you still it takes about 1 year to 2 years, depending on your process. Now, things are starting to move, but right now we're in manifestation. What you started in last year will start to come to apply now. Have faith in yourself, have trust in yourself. But the most amazing thing, it was the weirdest thing. I'm going to the bank, which is like 10 miles from my house. Go to the bank last Wednesday. I've had, besides the insomnia of not being able to move, it's like all I could do was just be there, And so, so Wednesday, as I'm going to the bank, I had a huge headache, and I suffer from migraines throughout my life. So it was just nothing new, but this headache was kicking my butt, right? So I'm driving to the bank, go to the bank. My vision is real blurry. I'm like, I can see the dash, but it's just super blurry. And I'm like, maybe I should not have been driving. Okay? So I stop at the dollar store to pick up a few little things. And there's a kid there. And he asked me if I could give him a ride home. I'm like, sure, no problem. Because it was fixing to rain. He goes, I don't feel like walking home in the rain. I'm like, no problem. So I went and dropped him off. I knew where I was. It took me 3 hours to get home. Because I had a download. I had a wave come through me. It was amazing. It started out as a super headache, like your crown chakra coming, and it was like pushing it down, and I wasn't in any danger or anything, but it was just like it was like a wave. That's the only thing I can describe it, or stepping into a dimension or a timeline or something of the sorts, or it was clearing something out. I mean, I've taken downloads and I've done a lot of different things where you sweat and your body aches and this and that, but this one was my very first adventure of like a true wave, because it went from my head, then it went to my eyes, and and I wear glasses and bifocals, and I was thinking, man, I'm gonna have to go get trifocals now, and so my vision was off. I mean, I could see and all of that, but it was just kind of blurry, like my glasses were super dirty, and it was just weird to explain. Then it went down to my throat. I'm like, man, am I getting sick? And then it went on down to my heart. And I could feel it actually going through my entire body. After it went to my feet, my whole body started vibrating. And I just was like, okay, I started vibrating. I don't know how to describe a vibrating, but I could feel it was like I was like this. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So I was like, well, I'm breathing through this as well. You know, with the full moon coming in, it's probably some of that intense energy we've been getting. Okay? And I haven't really been sleeping at all, like for the last 3 days. 3 hours probably all I got, and I'm living off my light body at this time. So it went through, and then my feet started vibrating. And I was like, well, I'm in my car, I can't get to Earth to help with this wave of energy that's coming through me. But what I got, and then of course my higher self, my ear went to a whole new level of vibration. So I knew it was my higher self, because it's like my ear will start getting clogged when they step in. It's weird. You know your own ascension symptoms, and you know your own symptoms of what's going on. But that was the weirdest thing. And then, but what was even weirder about it, I was like 2 miles from my house. I ended up over there in an area where my divine masculine lives. I'm like, how the fuck what the hell? And he lives like about, I would say 30, 40 minutes away, 40, you know. I ended up having to I was like 2 miles from the house and ended up in an area. It took me like a whole trip that takes like an hour to and from the bank, depending on the traffic. I got home at like 5 o'clock. I left at 1:01. Yeah. And I went through that whole process just driving around. I'm like, I don't know where I am. Okay, universe, you got to get me home. And then then they started saying, you will always go home. That was the biggest thing that it said. No matter where you're at, no matter how lost you are, you will always find your way home. And they said this is where the divine masculines are. They will always find their way home. And I felt so lost, but I felt so safe while being lost. Yes, I live here, but I don't know. Everything is changed. I could recognize things, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should. I had my east and west, north. I had everything just confused. But the thing that came to me was, you will always find your way home. So that was the quick thing I wanted to tell you. If you know, now I have Divine Flame soaps at Etsy. Today and tomorrow only, I'm selling everything 50% off, because I have so much more soap coming. I have to make room. So if you are on the edge and don't want to buy, and you're like, maybe my prices don't fit your budget, right now I'm doing everything at 50% off, because I got the spring collection coming in. I need to move the old out. So if you don't mind helping me out and going over there to my shop and purchasing some products. If there's anything you want, message me and I will be more than happy. If you're not following me on Instagram and Facebook at Divine Flame Soaps, please do so at this time. I really appreciate everything and stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this reading started. And happy Easter, Good Friday, Good Full Moon, everything. And I'm telling you what, ever since I had that wave go through me, the energy has shifted. It's changed for me. I don't feel so blah anymore. Like, it cleared out. It's like a timeline collapse or something. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. I just thought I would come on here and share that with you. So, I'm gotta go later on, and I'm taking my mom to go see the musical Ragtime, which is, you know, she gets season tickets, so there's like six of them. a year. So they're like every other month. And it's been really, I enjoy that day. So, and we eat and we watch the musical and all of that. So that's been fun. So go ahead and go to my Etsy shop, Divine Flame Soaps, and everything right now. Just use Easter 50 to get your discount. So follow me on Facebook and Instagram. So, okay? And now I'll let y'all all know when everything is new, too. I love y'all and thank y'all so much for all your support and your kindness and your love. So let's get this party started. Dear universe and spirit and higher self, may the grace of understanding and awareness open up my mind and heart to receive soul insights and enlighten all. I ask that only the highest of intentions and energy be present in this experience. Please help me release my ego fears so that I can clearly see, feel, hear, and understand the lessons my souls need to be shown at this time. Alright, let's go ahead and get... Oh, let's pull out... Let's see what the Divine Feminine Goddess is asking for us today. Divine Feminine Spirit, please. What can we call upon today? The Goddess Energy. Okay, the masculine energy. Okay, well, that wanted to fall out. Okay, for the Divine Feminine energy today is Morgan Le Fay. Magic. Okay. For the Divine Masculine is Lug. For skill. See what they have to say. So we're going to go with this one today. This is the... See right here how she's wearing this and she's pushing out her magic and she's got like the Libra balance and everything. So we're going to go see what Morgan Le Fay has to say. Here it is. Let's get a little... And she's talking about magic. You know, because you can make your own magic. Where did... There she is. Wow, she was perfect for the full moon. She's a full moon goddess. You could... Oh, there it is. You have the power and it's real. A secret will be revealed. You have an unexpected ally. Seek the truth. Try some magic. This is the legend of Avalon. The Lady Morgana Le Fay is a key and yet changeable feature. A mighty sorceress with skills in magic and to match Merlin's legend. To match Merlin's. Legends cast her both as truth-seeking, harshly treated enchantress, and an evil witch plotting her half-brother Arthur's downfall. Oh, yeah. I remember her. So, Lady Fay, that was Arthur's, like, sister. Crescent moon, woman of the dark, flowing hair, ravens, potion bottles. She ended up being a bad woman. So, let's see. So basically, she just, she has a lot of, I know she has a lot of, well, besides all that, you know the story. Okay, King Arthur. Let's see, magic. We don't have to always, we have dark magic and light magic, but what I'm getting is, be with the balance of what you are. You create, you master, you can, you have magic within you to create a new, manifest a new way of life, you know, and stuff like that. Okay? And you can always call upon her to help you. And we got lug for skill. Let's see what that is. It's probably right after this. This is the time to further develop your education and enjoy your unique time. This is the Celtic god Law that perhaps best sums up his energy and character. I can't pronounce half of this word. What is a Celtic god? Hunting hounds. His symbols are hunting hound, slingshot, magic spear, tools, and a harp. Oh wow, he has music. It's a nice tattoo though. But he's a Celtic goddess. So what else besides all that? So the divine masculine has skill and the divine feminine is magic. So I don't know much about them, so it's real hard to say. So we're going to go ahead and pull out some cards for the divine feminine energy. Okay, those are okay, not all of them. One more, please. I hope everyone's doing well. Okay, there we go. We got these three for the divine feminine energy. Now we're going to go and do the divine masculine energy. Shoot. Okay. See what those have to do. Okay. The under, victory, and the overall. Okay. Alright. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. We got the tower time. The tower time means that it's just like, we all know what that means, but it's not. Sometimes we need to finishing our crying. I'm getting that a lot of us are tired of this journey. A lot are tired of what's going on, and it's not about the twin flame journey at this point for the divine feminine. It's more like clearing out space. Tower time. And you know, towers don't have to be so bad. Maybe it's you're clearing out a piece of your karma. Maybe you're letting go. You have to find boundaries within yourself on how do you treat yourself. Like, if you need to mourn, but put yourself on a timetable. Or if you're in a loop that continually takes you back, your ego is nagging you, you could say. You need to tower that moment and let it go. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be so dramatic, so, you know, blown up. Because your ego will make it all do that. So when your ego is nagging at you, well, you haven't mourned this, or it's, no, you tell yourself, you know what, no, I'm done with this. I'm not going to continue to be on that loop. And that's where we're at right now. We're seeing the loops coming back, and we have to set our own boundaries within ourselves. Because if not, you will end up in this horrible, no sunshine kind of life. And so as you go through it, you know, this journey awakens you. This journey creates a new thing. But you have to set boundaries for yourself. That this divine feminine is sitting here in tears. And she's seeing her world. But it's not as rocky. It's not as critical as she's thinking. It's just a storm. It's just a mild storm with beautiful lightning. You know, and she's all alone. And a lot of divine feminines feel that way as well. But it's not an earth-shattering storm that's coming or is here. But set your boundaries on how you want to deal with it. Don't listen to that nagging, oh, well, he's doing this, oh, she's doing that. No, 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 no. You know, shut the fuck up, ego. You know what I'm saying? Just shut up. I don't have time for this. It's not how I want to live. And once you start doing that, you'll start shifting and changing yourself. And then next thing you know, you're not living in that world because your ego be like, ooh, the goddess has risen. The divine has stepped up. She's no longer allowing us to act like a fool in our head. And that's what it is. You acting like a fool in your head, but you have to be in control of that and say, no more. No more. You know, and you have to allow yourself to feel it, but you don't have to stay in it. You don't have to stay in whatever is coming through. You have to acknowledge it. And you have to mourn or feel or whatever it is you need to do for that tower moment, but you don't have to stay there. You don't have to, like, she's up here, but she's mourning that tower. You see, she's up here, she's not in it. You don't have to be in it to feel it. You have to let it go through you. And we all have that moment when we all need solitude. We all need our space. We all need to be able to go through something to where we can actually move forward. You know what I'm saying? She's not drowning. She's in solitude. And she's feeling whatever moment it is for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to give yourself a boundary, a timeline. And I'm not saying, now if it's a death or something, but we have to continually change and change our vibration, change the shift, change the energy, and not stay here. But we have to acknowledge it. Okay? The journey. We got the journey. And this is really good right now because we're all seeking the light. We're all going toward it. We're all going toward the freedom like the birds. And we're all making that step toward that. And as you go through this tower moment and you start having boundaries, then you can start walking your path. As you're walking your path, you have your little stick. But you see, the birds are free. But, you know, they're all around. And the light is there, you know, the journey. That's what it's about. It's your journey with a zero. You know what I'm saying? It's the beginning of, and every step you take is a new inspiration. But this time when you're going your journey, learn to appreciate and be grateful for all that you see. Like, the last 2 days here where I'm at has been, like, extremely beautiful. I mean, the weekends have been raining and miserable, and we've had some major storms and stuff like that. But the last 2 days have been just like, oh, thank you, Jesus, type. You know, thank you, universe, or whatever you want to say. Be grateful. And we sat outside, sat in nature, enjoyed just being and listening to the music of the world. Listening, you know, because the birds sing a song. You know, the birds sing a song in the sunshine. And we can walk on our path. And you know, the yellow brick road is what I call it. You know, and stuff like that. But also, we can feel like the Divine Feminine sometimes feels like she's trapped in a situation she can't get out of. So this is where we have to trust that the universe knows what they're doing, and we can't. When you feel trapped, you have to let it go. You have to, like, rise above that, and you know, and money is energy. Money is energy. It's an asset. It's not a burden. Yes, we need money to live, but we can also use it as an asset to change the way we do things. Okay, well, you don't want to invest your money in this, then don't. Or you want to buy this, or you don't. You think about how you use your assets. You know what I'm saying? And once you start creating a new boundaries, new healthy situations, new this, new that, you'll start changing your perspective of your journey and doing different things. And we all struggle financially, but if we change it as a struggle, and it's just part of our journey to understand that we are at the bottom, but we will rise to the top. And as long as we have that vision, Our journey will be fruitful. I don't know when, but it will be. You know, having faith, having hope. And I sometimes wonder if having those things, but with that, it keeps that spark alive. It keeps you going. It keeps you stronger. So, let's go ahead and see what, or let's get 3 cards right here. See what Divine Feminine, what other, some clarifying cards for the Divine Feminine of what some of y'all might be going through. And then some of it doesn't have to be bad. Some of it, most of the time it's in your thought. It's in, you know, as we go through this, and during the full moon that we just had, we are letting go. We are finding boundaries. We are getting back on focus on our journey of life, of our journey, of our purpose, of our journey of where we want to go and how are we going to get there. And we have our thoughts. You know, it's an 8, so it's going to come back. Is it a trap? It could be at the lowest part of the 8 till you get back to the high, and it's like it circulates back and forth. But some of you may feel like you're stuck. I know I do in my situation, but I know there's always an out. There's always a door. Some of my doors are closing, and I'm okay with that today. I'm okay with where I'm at because it just is. You know, I'm trying to focus and trying to get my soaping business up and running. If not, then I have another choice that I don't want to do. But if that's what I have to do, then that's where I go. But on the other side, it's just part of the journey. You know, it's just part of your journey. You're not trapped in that sense. You're just waiting for a different door to open. I think it's just how you look at it. So we're gonna go ahead and see what other. Get some clarifications. We need 3 cards to clarify this reading, please, Spirit. Oh, we got that one. That one. Ooh. Okay. One more, please, Spirit. One more card, please, Spirit. Not all of them. Okay, we'll take that one. Okay. Clear that energy. Okay, right now we got lessons. For the Tower time, there may be lessons come in the, you know, and we have to find our boundaries. And everything we do, it's a lesson. And that's what this journey is about, is the lessons. How are we going to rise above this time? How are we, and it doesn't stop. Karmic partners, that's what the 3D is all about, compromise. You have to compromise within yourself. The trap could be a karmic partner. But, you know, what I'm seeing is... The journey, you compromised on your journey. Divine Feminine, you've compromised with the karmic partner. You felt like that was a trap for you. That maybe you felt like because of what your Divine Masculine is doing with this karmic partner that you felt stuck in that. But there is a way out. There is a way to move above that. And you've compromised who you are so much. And I'm not, you may not think you have, but I think a lot of us feel like you're on this journey. You get to a point where you live your life. And you start living your life, and you felt like you were trapped. And it wasn't a bad trap. It was just like you're waiting for him to wake up. You're waiting for him to do this. But you've realized that. But it's just not. The lesson here is more about you finding compromise within yourself. You finding your journey. The karmic partner may have kept you trapped within your own self as you clarify all of this, as you go through the lessons, as you walk the journey and trying to find a different way. We all have it. We all have that power, but we also, you know, when you've been on the journey as long as I have, I don't date, I don't do nothing because I'm in the middle of a transition. It's not that I don't want to date. I just haven't found anyone that I would like to date. It's hard. But oh well. I use my creativeness for my soaps. I'm not real good at it yet, but I'm getting there. So we feel trapped, and it doesn't even have to be on the masculine side. But we still have to find balance within who we are. We still have to find the magic within ourselves. We still have to find the beauty of love. You know what I'm saying? We are ripples of energy moving on a wave of life. We are sacrament of water, air, and dust, of worlds built and consumed by wind, oceans, and time. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what the Divine Masculine have to say. Right now, the Divine Masculine's energy is seeker, fantasy, nightmare, and burdens. With what is going on in this full moon and all of this, I feel like the Divine Masculines are in the I feel like they're seeking a different life. They're seeking within themselves. They've turned inward and they're looking for they're battling themselves. They're playing tug of war with their ego. It's like their ego and stuff. They're moving, they're feeling the energy, but they don't know what it is. And I think a lot of them do know what it is, but they're not wanting to face it because they have to face themselves. A lot of them are going inward and starting to face themselves. With all the energy, we have stepped into all as one. They have to realize we are all one. We are all one. When you understand that we are all one, that's where we're at with the divine, with the God, with the universe. We are all one. No one is less than. No one is greater than. We are all equal. We are all one. And there's no judgment when you have that. When you live under that law, the cosmic law, the divine law of one. But what I'm seeing here is the Divine Masculines are seeking for something. They're looking for something. They're going within themselves. They live in a fantasy world. They think that they can do what they're doing without repercussions, they think that, I believe it's a lot of thinking. They're in their own hell. They're in the 3D world, which is their own hell. They chose that. What they keep doing is it will come back to them. They will feel, if they don't understand karma, they will learn it. This shit doesn't, they're constantly in a cycle of a loop. They don't know how to get out of it. But as a Divine Feminine, we have stepped out of it because we are stepping into a whole nother thing. And I think that because we are stepping out of that, we are moving into we are forcing our energy somewhere else, and it's not on this. They have fantasies about things they're looking, but I think they're seeking within themselves, and they're just fucked up. I don't even know what to say. They have so many burdens and so many nightmares right now because of the karmic situation. It's not about the karmic partner. It's the loops that they keep doing. If you've sat and watched your Divine Masculine, you see him it's like you can step back and look at him on a vision and watch him just lie and watch them just be, and you're like, holy fuck. Seriously, dude? You haven't grown up at all. You're still trying to be this from the years, and it's just a phenomenon. But then your heart expands wide open because you have compassion for them. But he has to deal with that. And you can't be in that way. And I don't know how long it's going to take him, to be honest with you. I just don't know. I see so many. I see a lot of divine masculines running away right now. They're hiding. They're going inward right now. And I've been seeing that with a lot of the men. They kind of like disappeared. They're not saying anything, so they're going inward, and they're seeing things differently, maybe. As long as they stay where they're at, they're gonna constantly keep it's like the loop, and they don't understand why they're getting frustrated, why this is happening. Well, quit doing it. I mean, the life is so simple if we just make it simple. But I believe they're making their life more complicated than what it could be. So let's go ahead and I'm not saying all divine masculines are going through that, but they might be going through this shift as well. Everybody is going to go through this shift. It's not whether or not you go through it or whether or not you don't. Everybody has to go through it. Now, when they go through it, that's on them. I think some of these divine masculines, they're on a loop and they keep creating. They're trying to figure out a way to get out of it, but they don't know how. And so I think that's why the divine feminine are over here at their tower moment, because a lot of the stuff that I go through, they're not of me. It's like, my life is fine. I'm okay where I'm at, stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and get some clarifications on what's going on with the divine masculines at this time. Oh, no, I already did those. My bad. Okay, let's get some clarifications, Spirit. And when you try to manifest, you can't take it back. You got to remember, the higher the energy goes, the quicker you're going to manifest. So if you're down here and you're praying for something, and it has to go up here to God and the universe and the aliens and everything else. So as soon as you send that prayer out, you have to forget about it and live in the now moment. You have to live as if that has already come about. Now, it takes time, but as you raise your vibration to 3 and 4D, your time for it to come back to you, to manifest back to you, is a shorter time frame, because they're up here in 12Ds or whatever, and you're over here in this 3D murky water karmic, and you raised your vibration, and as you continue to raise your vibration, and you continue to live in the now moment, and you zero out everything, and you live like that, and you put everything you do in love and heart, and it's all in your heart, and you push it forward, so you don't allow your ego to nag at you anymore, to run your life. Then when you're up here and they're up here, they're shooting it down, what is best for you, but your higher self is blocking. You're blocking your own manifestations by saying, I want this business to be successful, but I'm not worthy. You know what I'm saying? But once you say, let's do this, and then you start doing it, but you don't go back. We got this. We're going to do this. We're, encouraging yourself. And some days it's tough. I'm not going to say it's easy. No, not by any means. You get setbacks, and that's okay. But you got to remember that it's going to come back as long as you don't take it back. Okay? But everybody has to go through it. There is no quick fix to this, you guys. There's no quick fix. So let's go see what's going on with the divine masculines. Let's get some clarifiers for what they're going through, Spirit. Okay. Couple of cards. Let's see what they're doing. Divine masculine clarifier cards. Okay, we got those. And this. Okay, let's see what's going on with them. Okay, we got this. Okay. What we got going on is fear, winner, and recognition. what I'm seeing is a lot of divine masculines have gone inward. The winter is the time to reflect, the time to go inward, the time to recognize who you are. Sometimes it could be fear. Fear, I think, is their number one key. But they try to go and they try to play it off. But they have to, the recognition is that they get caught. It's like, you know, and it's like I watch my divine masculine and he flirts with this one girl and it's like, you're supposed to be with this other girl, but I said, there you go again, flirting again. I guess you haven't learned. I said, because if you're with a woman and you're flirting with other women, that's disrespectful to the woman you're with. I said, I'm glad you and I ain't together. You know, something like that, because why would I want a man like that? That's what I've been going through. Why would I want that? Why am I stuck loving somebody who has no respect for women, who has no respect for for anything? And I'm like, you don't have respect for women. And he acts like he's a great man, but dude, how are you great? How he talks about, it's like so judgmental. It's like, oh my God, how can I love this man? Why am I stuck with this? And that's what I've been doing. Why am I stuck with this? Why do I feel so much love for somebody who has no remorse, no love back? But he has no love for himself. And so they seek out, you know, recognition. You have to recognize who you are. You have to recognize the shit that you've done. You don't think that shit's going to come back to haunt you? Karma has a way of finding you, bud. Sorry, but if you keep doing it, it's going to keep happening. You're in an endless, and I've watched this cycle, and when I see I'm not doing it, it's just like, I went through that this weekend. Somehow I don't really text him that much. He might respond. And I'm like, oh, I see you flirting again. Oh, isn't that just so sweet? I see. So are you living with her? Or, you know, well, we're not. But he won't respond. He won't answer my questions. Because he's afraid. He's afraid of, he doesn't know his truth. So, whatever. If you can't communicate. So, in my opinion, in what I'm understanding, he has to recognize what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. You cannot tell me a person does not know. Oh, I'm going to ignore her because I don't want to face my own fears. I don't want to face my own self because what I've done to a person who has been nothing but kind and loving toward me. You know, but I just don't know. The overall energy is about passion. It's about the passion within yourself to move forward. The passion in yourself of what you don't want. The passion of this energy is moving you forward with love. You have to take this love that you have for your divine masculine or divine feminine, and you have to have that passion, put that in everyday life. You have to take that passion and let that be the light that guides you, the sparkle that you do in everything you do. I'm not going to say that, you know, you see how it's got the little sparkly thing? So you do that. And in the end, you have victory. You get the victory. You get that because you understand that without that passion and compassion and the love and everything you do, when you are the light, you are creator. You are what we... Now, a lot of people are going around being judgmental right now about telling people you're not religious, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Is not your place. Your place is to live that life. Your place is to live of passion, of love, and understanding in your life. And that's how you're supposed to live your life. You treat people with kindness. You have compassion. You do you that way. Now, when the masses starts waking up, they're going to start seeking. But to have judgment on somebody, now, if they ask, you give them something. You don't have to go around and throw divine into someone's face. You don't, like the religious people, if they've thrown the religion in people's face on how they're supposed to live, on how they're supposed to do this. That is not true. That is not your job. Your job is to plant a seed and just be. It's not your job of passing judgment. You can make an observation, but that doesn't mean oh well, they're not awake, I don't want to be a part of them. But they are. We are all one. If they're not awake, we are not ascending. That's my philosophy. Dude, you need to hurry up, wake the fuck up so we can go. We can get out of this mess that we're in. How about that? You know, the world has to, we all have to ascend. We have to remember money is not the root of evil. Money is energy. When we start stepping back and saying, okay, this is energy. Yes, we need money to live, but we got to also believe that this is all coming to an end. There's going to be where we exchange things for we're going to barter and trade. That's what I believe. I think if we just got rid of money altogether, there would be a lot less crime. There would just be a lot less stress. We could just live free. You know? And you could just give what you have to offer, you just give. You know, collapsing this world. And you see a lot of people going to the spiritual side, to opening up. But this time it's different. This time we're creating a new life, a new era, a new way of living that everyone can benefit from. This isn't, oh, the rich get richer. No, we all are equal. We all are one. Now we need to make it that we're all one. We can go to the store. We can barter. We can do whatever we need to do. If we have to work in the store because that's how we feed ourselves, then that's fine. You know? But it's not no one's job to force someone to see what we believe. They will believe. Whatever it is they choose to believe, as long as they have love and they are putting love out there without judgment, and if they ask you, then you tell them, you open the door. If they choose not to open it, it's there. It does not matter what religion you are or whatever you want to call it. You know, people are like, well, you know, today is Easter. But that doesn't mean anything to me. But that means something to somebody. So don't criticize them for what they believe. You know what I'm saying? As long as they are of love. You know, that's the ingredient of everything. You just love them for who they are. You just love them because it's love. You know what I'm saying? We love them because they love us. You know, it gives you strength to know that you're loved. It gives you strength to know that you're not alone. It gives you strength. Love gives strength to all. You know, and that's the most amazing thing about today is the strength of love. Is the passion we have. Think about it. I mean, that's the only ingredient in life is love. Love is magical. Love is encouraging. Love is strength. Love is beautiful. Love is like the sun coming up in the morning or the sun going down at night. Or, you know, life is creating an abundance. It's just a beautiful energy. It's just beautiful. And then put that in everyday life and your world will change. So, let's go ahead and see. Let's get a card from here. Let's get one card, the overall energy for this twin flame reading today. For the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Let's go ahead and get a card for them from the Amara's Love Oracle deck. I said one. Let's do just one. It said past life and dating. One card, please. You know what? I don't want those. I want this one. Go ahead. Let's see what the love cards say today. What's the heart message for today? What can we give out? What can I give for this special day today? We're all going through it, you know, and you know, we're not obsolete. You know, everybody is the same, but everybody has to take their time and get where they need to go. It is what it is. It's just amazing that I'm on this damn journey for what? That's what I say sometimes. Whatever. Sometimes I wonder if I live in a fantasy world. Okay, let's go ahead and see what they say. Humility. Humility. You have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. And that's what we're focusing on today. The Divine Masculine's on a different path, and people are just on a different path than you. And that's okay. But when you love that and you understand that doesn't affect you, but you can still be loved, you can still be all those things to whomever. They're on a different journey. They're on a different path. If they come back, they come back. If they don't, they don't. There is no right or wrong. There is no right way to do it. There is no wrong way, but you're all going to do it. You know what I'm saying? You're all going to clear, heal, and feel. That's the way it is. You are going to ascend. We all are going to do that. If we are all going to be one, we all have to go through it. It's just that us light workers and people that are on the twin flame journey, they are the first to go through it because we had to find our love. We had to balance out the love that we have for our masculine. We had to balance that out within ourselves to understand what love is. And we've had to do it by ourselves. We've had to love ourselves. We had to self-love ourselves so much that we had to understand. So when someone else says this or that, we understand where they're coming from on a deep, profound level. That we do understand. And a lot of the, it's like we've had to go through a whole bunch in the last few years. As we have awakened, as we've done this, as we've stepped into our journey, as we showed love, as we move forward, and as we keep wanting to believe that there's an end to this. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Maybe it's an end to something and a beginning of something. It's a never-ending cycle. We are on a loop. We're always going differently. We're always using differently, but your world is your love, your world of your higher self and your soul and your good God conscience and your soul conscience, and you're constantly going to be raising your vibration because of love, because that's what you want to do, because you want to bring Mother Earth up. You need to bring her up so we can change all of this chaos that is going on in this world, and it will change. When? I don't know. I keep hearing, oh, soon. Very soon is there. If time is an illusion, there is no time. So we've been going through this illusion for over 200,000 years. So who knows? There's a lot more love on this earth because of the twin flame journey. Because a lot of us now, do we all come together? I don't know. But I do know the base of it is unconditional love. So as long as we know that, we're going to let you go. I love each and every one. I want you to have a beautiful day. I'm sending out so much love and light and peace. Okay, so I'm going to get this published. I'm going to get this out there. And I will be trying to come up here a little bit more, because I really do enjoy reading and talking with you. So just know that love is the answer to all. If it's of love, it will happen. Okay? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Follow me on Facebook for Divine Flame Soaps. You can also follow me on Aquarius Rocks on Facebook. And you can follow me on my own page as well. You can like me on Instagram, and I'm on Pinterest as well. It's for Divine Flame Soap. So just go and like and stuff like that. And I would love to interact with you, with each and every one of you. So have a blessed day. And know you are not alone. And know that you are loved. Okay? Bye.